Thanksgiving Day, we'd have all stops were pulled out. Table was set beautifully. The china, the silverware, and a million things on the table and candles. And I would find myself as a boy going, it's going to be different. Because everything looks different and it's exquisite. And it's a time to savor and sit and not be in a hurry. And the setting and the food and the atmosphere looked that way, but the people were the same, right? There was no lingering and there was no deeper conversation. And I would always be more disappointed after a meal like at Thanksgiving, because I was like, it felt like it was going to happen. It was on the verge of happening and it didn't happen.
Well, friends, welcome back to the Wild at Heart podcast here in Thanksgiving week in the United States and the beginning of the holidays in some ways for all of us around the world, wherever you're tuning in. Those of you watching are curious going, oh, Alan's wife, Kellye, is with us and Stacy's here. So that's going to become pretty obvious in a minute. But yeah, we are so glad to come to you here in Thanksgiving in North America, but in the kind of the start of the holiday season everywhere, to just begin to offer some loving counsel and reflection and some storytelling to kind of get us all in a good place as we enter into a busy time of year, what can be a very, very beautiful time of year, what can be kind of a bumpy and hard time of year as well. So we want to reduce the bumps, increase the joy, and bring you into our conversation. But before we go there, let's all take our pause. Many of you, like me, need to pause right now because you can feel the acceleration of things. Lord, I take this moment to give everyone and everything to you. Everyone, everything. To just let go and get off the hamster wheel and come back to a moment of union and communion with you. What do I need to let go of right now? Show me. What do I need to let go of, Holy Spirit? That's right. All people, everything, Lord, everyone. And I do this in order to come back to you. And so I pray you'd breathe into me right now. Breathe your love into me. Breathe your life into me. Repair our union in this moment of calm. Repair our union, God. And then meet us all in this week's podcast. In the name of Jesus. Amen. So good.
That
So
was really
good.
good. I
Yeah.
needed
Always
that.
good.
Yeah,
Oh,
tuck
so
that
good.
one away, everybody, for the holidays.
Yes.
You might need to use the pause quite a bit. Some of us at least do during this season. But Alan, Kellye, Arnold, welcome to the
Hi.
studio. It's great to have you back in here. And thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us, hon,
Yeah, of course.
for a conversation around holidays and Thanksgiving for those who are
Mhm.
celebrating that this week, but the start of the holiday season in a lot of ways for most of the world with, the shopping and the decorating and all of that.
Yeah. Probably Monday when people, if they're listening on the first day of the podcast airing, they're probably already in the midst of either Thanksgiving travel or getting ready to host or trying to figure out what they're in it some way or
Yeah, or
another.
where am I going? What am I doing? And am I going to be alone this year? So
Right.
we want to recognize right away that a big part of our listening audience are single people. in various stages of life and single or single this year for different reasons.
Yes.
You might be away, you might be deployed. And so we recognize that. And we hope that what we share, that this is not confined to family life.
Right.
You guys are empty nesters. We're empty nesters. So, I mean, different stages of life. What we want to offer is love, kindness, sanity for all human souls.
Yes.
Here at the, acceleration of the holiday season with Thanksgiving in America and then Canada and then into Advent and into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this, I get articles sent to me and they were how to manage the holidays.
Okay.
And the other one was how to survive the holidays. And so I look forward to talking about this because we don't want to just manage them and we certainly don't want to just survive them.
Yeah.
There's a way to live.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Exactly. You get all that input on how not to stress.
Yes.
You go,
Make
well,
a list.
Survive.
there must be a universal human experience.
There is.
But those lists
Yes.
usually make me more stressful. When I read it, it creates stress.
Sure.
It doesn't
exactly.
alleviate it.
So I'm going to give one little pro hack right now on the holidays.
Yes.
If you're doing Thanksgiving, folks, however it happens for you, whatever it ends up looking like, the day after, I want you to pull out your phone and I want you to counsel yourself. Shoot a video, do a selfie, look yourself in the face, shoot a video and counsel yourself for next year.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to urge people to do this around Christmas too.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
Because the thing that's cracking me up is we do this podcast every year
Yes.
because we need to do it every year.
Right.
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 Yes.
It's like no matter how many seasons and repetitions you live through, life
Right.
happens, right? And there's, relational stuff or, whoa, why did we do that? Why did we think we could get overseas in 3 days?
Yeah.
Like what was that about? So,
Right. And the world has shifted. Our relationships have shifted. Perhaps our life stage has shifted. So it's good that we do it every year.
yeah, we will continue to do this because it's a real act of kindness and it helps to tell some stories, get our bearings and go, oh yeah, that's really good.
Well, because the worst thing I think any of us or anyone listening can do is not think about it and just kind of let the gravitational pull thrust them into the days here. And I haven't examined what I need, what my heart needs, where God's in this. And all of a sudden it's just happening. And that to me is a reactionary Thanksgiving. And that's really not ever helpful.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, or to not be aware of what might be rising in your emotions this
right.
week and the agreements that you are being tempted to make.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's just begin with how are you doing? What's it like for you this year to be stepping into the onset of the holidays?
For us, we are 2 years empty nests. So although our kids are they're doing their own thing, but they'll be back for the holidays. So in and out. So we're looking forward to it. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Kelly checks in
I have
with
to check in.
Right,
Are
babe?
we?
Yeah.
Right?
Are we looking forward to this?
Yes, we are looking forward
Yeah.
to it. The thing I think I'm looking forward to the most is just having our family together. It is, of course, the Thanksgiving things or the holiday things, but it's rare now for us to have everyone home with space, with time off, where we can choose what we do, whether it's a lot or it's a little bit. So that's the stage that we're in. Here we are, and my heart is just like, I literally count down the days. I like starting about 25 days or so, 23.
Do you make a little chain? And your little ring chain? Break a ring every day?
Mark off the days. No, I don't. But I start in our conversations with our kids, like, only 17 days, only 15 days. So
sweet.
that gives you a picture of kind of where
How excited you are about it.
Yes. There'll be a big group of people, and we'll have it'll be big, and it'll be loud, and we'll have grown-ups and kids and dogs, and then Christmas for us is typically our family in Colorado. That's how we usually work it.
Okay.
And that's how it should be this year. So yes, my heart is excited.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
Ellen, how are you doing coming in?
Well, we're together in the joy, but we're very different, totally different in some ways in like, how do we prepare for Thanksgiving or any major holiday? And so I'm counting the days down in a little bit different way because we're going to have a large gathering.
How large?
About 20,
30, 25.
25.
30,
Kelly,
40. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you notice Kelly reading the numbers down? Oh, it's probably only 25.
Not that big.
Maybe 35.
That's fine. That's not bad.
So, and they're all great. Like we have great relationships with extended family. But for an introverted person, I know I have to prepare not through excitement leading up to it, but times of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And so how can I get space where like in the coming weeks, we were talking about some dinner with other couples and I was saying, I don't think so. Let's put it off until after Thanksgiving because I need to just have like nobody in conversation, walking the dogs, in the neighborhood, stuff like that.
Like to fill your tank.
To fill my tank. So I go in ready for excitement and a lot of conversations and interaction.
Yeah.
And when I don't do that, I can just tell in the moment, I can't offer very much because everybody's wanting to engage and I'm wanting to run and hide.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that's for me, the difference. Like we're counting it down, but I'm counting it down. Like, how can I prepare to be fully present with a lot of people that I love? And that means in the few weeks before, how can I actually do less and less?
Yes.
So like you said, Stacey, I have a fuller tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we've actually had to begin to counsel one another. We call it happy chaos.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good word.
I like
happy
that.
chaos, because I don't enjoy chaos either. I am monastic by nature. I love the outdoors. I love quiet and beauty. And when the house is full of people and noise, just to have a conversation, it's like a restaurant. You know how people just start talking louder and louder
Yes.
in order to hear each other. And so the volume goes up and the energy goes up. And we just kind of look at each other and go, it's happy
This is
chaos.
good. This is good. Yes.
Yeah, we bless this and we bless the pandemonium of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
How are you this year coming in?
I'm well. There's having so many thoughts go through my mind as we're talking because I keep thinking how, we're saying as the holidays begin and the holiday started, you think about when the decorations and when the stuff goes on sale, that was in October.
Yeah.
So
Some really good sales, you guys.
Don't tell Kelly.
those are good. Those are actually, I even said that. Like it used to be Black Friday was Friday. Well, they start now weeks before.
It's like Black Month.
Yeah,
It is.
let's do
Right.
it. But I am well. I am noticing that it's a little different for me this year because our lives are quite full
Yes.
with some demands and projects and deadlines. So I got to do the centerpiece on the table last night, and it looks good.
It does.
It looks good. It is.
It's basic.
It's ratcheted down.
Okay.
Let's just say that. I mean, in the past, it's been like magazine worthy. I really get into it. But I did what I could. And then we've shifted the way we do it too, is it's a potluck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
It's a potluck. So
Good.
I
Yeah.
actually really love Thanksgiving, and I know you do too, because it's the one that's the least commercialized.
Yeah.
And how beautiful to have a day that is literally set apart to give thanks.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm running my list, what I need to make, and we have a lot of food allergies in our family and our extended family. So
Okay.
there'll be like 18 of us, and then like Okay. Do I do two of those or just one of those and do? Yeah. So
You need
it
a
takes little
chart.
thought. I do need a chart.
A big chart.
This was the ad that I heard the other day. Okay, let's see. I've got to account for vegans and vegetarians and Uncle Harry's carnivore diet.
And gluten-free and dairy-free and egg-free.
Yes.
And I mean, the
This
list
is
goes
real.
on.
Okay.
This is
That's
real.
extensive for different people.
So, John, are you doing the meat and everybody brings a side, or how does that work?
That's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing a couple sides as
Okay,
well.
you know what? I'm just going to rush in where angels fear to tread.
Okay,
Just
go for
gonna
it.
Go
Here we
ahead
go.
and do it. So, this is what Stasi always says.
And it's going to be simple.
Going to be simple. We're going to have everybody, you've got the green bean casserole and you need to bring the
Yes.
potatoes and that kind of thing. But then my wife loves the holidays.
Yes, I do.
Loves
I do.
loves the holidays. And so, I need to make a little hors d'oeuvre, and we need to have a little,
Yes.
Right.
we need to have a
A
cheese.
charcuterie board.
Yeah, we need to have a charcuterie board out. And I'm just watching this metastasize in the kitchen until it goes, what was
Oh
simple?
my goodness. Yeah.
What was simple about, so part of the thing we're going to do this year on the podcast is offer counsel. Like, give yourself counsel this year, and let's give our listeners counsel. So the first thing I want to flag, it's beginning to take place right here. It would be a really good idea if you can, to talk about expectations ahead of time.
Oh, yes.
Now, particularly if you're traveling, if you're going into something,
Yes.
right? Even your friend groups, like, okay, what are our plans this year? What are our expectations? What are we hoping for? To do it within a marriage, if you're married, to do it as friend groups, if you're in a friend group, but to do it like with your parents.
Oh, yeah.
Because as I was reflecting on, why do I have an ambivalence about the holidays? So I didn't share how am I doing this year, John.
Yeah, please.
God has had to really catch me and bring me into a positive framework on the holidays. Because historically, way back, growing up in an alcoholic home, and then even in our young adult years, like we would still go back to family. And one of the messages was, it's never enough. It's like, we'll be there by Wednesday, we'll stay 2 nights kind of thing. Whatever the message, it's never enough. Oh, really? Only 2 nights? Oh, you're leaving now? Oh,
Yeah.
and it just felt like I can't fill their relational cup. So there was a little bit of an eject button on me that I would just goosh, like, well, then I don't want to go. And I was identifying some of that, the historic thing of why do I stress around the holidays? And part of that was unspoken expectations all around.
And the pressure that puts on.
Doesn't it? Or the impending conflict, right? I forget who it was that said today's expectations are tomorrow's resentments.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Particularly if they're unspoken expectations. So you guys are kind of airing things right here, going, really looking forward to it, family, woohoo. And Alan's going, can we get a little bit of quiet, babe? And maybe not front load
Yes.
with even more engagements? Okay, that's good. Talk to me about expectations.
Okay, well, I think the first thing, and I have to do this every year because it really does rise, that Norman Rockwell painting. You know, the one where the family's sitting around the table and the patriarch of the family is standing carving the turkey. And the truth is, in my family growing up, Thanksgiving was great. And my siblings will tell you that they loved it because it was actually one of the rare times that our dinner table was a battleground.
The normal nightly dinner.
Normal nightly dinner was a battleground. It was awful. But on Thanksgiving, people really behaved themselves. There wouldn't be a fight. Nobody left the table crying. We might leave the table on the ground because we ate so much and we needed to do that. But it was a reenactment. My mom did her best to reenact that painting. And I know that in our early years, man, and by early years, I mean for 25 years.
Wow.
Okay, 35, 40. I try to, reenact that and make it like that.
2025.
So I
Last
would
year.
tell people like they needed to come dressed up. I think it was 2 years ago that our son Luke came in. It made me so sad. He came in and he said, "Do I look nice enough?" Oh, like, yes. And then I had to apologize for putting that pressure on my family to look a certain way, sit up straight.
Yep.
You behave yourself at
Yep.
this dinner table. And
Yeah.
so that expectation of perfection or of feeling safe like I did as a little girl when it did. Like there's just all
Yep.
kinds of stuff around it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Meh.
Yeah. Okay. So, for
So
example,
much.
expectations. I think you and I could have this conversation live. That's safe enough here.
Yeah.
We actually used to have in the young adult years when our young adults would come back in, we would have some pretty meaningful conversations
Yeah, we would.
around the table. And it would be maybe in the genre of, so what are you grateful for
Yeah,
this year?
yeah.
Or just tell some stories around the year. And after the meal's over, kind of hanging out, lingering, we'd actually have some pretty meaningful, beautiful times. But as the little ones, as the grandchildren start coming in, so this is where the happy chaos enters. And they're done eating like that.
They're so fast.
And those meaningful conversations, I think it would be good if you and I released some expectation around that, because it didn't
That's
happen.
important.
It didn't happen last year.
Right.
And
And it used to happen at birthdays.
It happened at birthdays. It was
And
so
it's
meaningful around
so
birthdays.
Missed that.
Chaos now.
Yeah.
It's chaos and noise. And we invite in some singles, and it's lovely to have them at our table. We absolutely love that. But because of the size and the volume,
Yeah. You can talk to the person next to you.
I'm just trying to air some expectations here of we're going to have really meaningful conversations.
It's really hard. And for me, even, that's so important for you to say. So at the dinner table, just let that go. Maybe the side conversations that happen too if people are over there. But the truth is, I am distracted at Thanksgiving.
Exactly, hon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually not the place where I'm going to find out, unless, I had questions that I wanted to ask people.
I think you come armed for that. We're gonna make some recommendations
Okay.
here in a minute, but it's just good to air
Yes.
the expectations now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So expectations, where has that been problematic for you guys?
Well, for us, our early years we lived in the South, we lived in Tennessee. And so Thanksgiving in that area of the country is full of expectations.
Is
I
it?
mean, it's tradition. It's absolutely you dress up to come to the table,
You're not having sushi?
No,
Never.
there's only one way.
Never.
Yeah.
And there's a way to cook the turkey.
Okay.
And so that was our first 15 years of marriage. And so we were, I would say I was steeped in that. And it wasn't until, and those were good years. They were good. We had some wonderful Thanksgivings, the small kid stage,
Yeah.
right?
But even if a small kid, we would bring out the wedding china for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
it was,
really?
it was
Oh,
the
the
goblets and the crystal.
Yes.
And,
Oh,
Wait, we're not doing that?
the champagne.
oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I do have to say, when I was driving in this morning, I was thinking of some of the Thanksgivings that we have had during those years. We had the one where the oven blew up, and the morning
Oh,
of,
no.
Yeah, of course.
We had the one where
The garbage
Everybody-
disposal.
the garbage disposal.
Spewed everything out into the kitchen. Yes.
We had the one where everybody had the stomach bug.
Yeah.
And there weren't enough bathrooms in the house.
No.
So but those to me were, and those are actually probably the ones we remember and laugh about now. But I remember just when those things happened back then, being distraught.
Mm.
There you go.
Oh,
Yep.
disappointed is the
Yep.
word I would use.
Yep.
disappointed. And it wasn't until later that I realized that's the signature of expectations. Disappointment.
Yeah.
Laying in bed that night thinking this was a complete disaster, and being like that,
After a lot of work.
tons of work, right? You're exhausted. And like, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's a terrible phrase, but it didn't happen. It wasn't the picture.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the painting. It wasn't the picture I had in my mind. One of the phrases we've used over the years for things like this and for other things is how much expectation can kill desire. The expectations, if they're high enough, you can name them, if they're there, it can kill a desire. Just desire for Thanksgiving and for the holidays, just the desire, which now we can name, is joy, space. If the oven blows up, if you end up eating a turkey sandwich on a paper plate, okay.
Yeah.
Right? It's not.
Or dare we say, not turkey at all.
Well, we actually have brisket.
Right?
Every Thanksgiving. And never would have I had done that when we lived in the South.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't have told anybody.
Right.
But so the expectations that we've learned to speak now, for years they were unspoken. And that was a real problem. Right? Because they were so different, just like we did at the beginning of the podcast. And they would end in conflict, or, boy, I want you to be more like me, and you want me to be more like you. And so airing them, learning to graciously talk them out, process them.
Please, everybody, please
talk about it. Yes.
Air them. And even I'm thinking of our single friends, like you can have reverse expectations. Isn't going to be good, not interested, might not get invited anywhere. I don't care. Like you can start going into reverse expectations, downgrading the holidays in your heart before they're even here.
Right.
And before God has an opportunity to meet you.
Yeah.
And your friends have an opportunity to love you, and maybe serendipitous things happen, right? That careful with the expectations in the reverse direction as well.
Yeah.
And again, going into big family things, if you're traveling, hopefully all that airline stuff is sorted out, and expectations to talk about it ahead of time, check in with your own heart and go, okay, how am I doing with this?
Can we talk about that just a second more? Keeper thought was what I'm hearing you saying is being intentional about caring for your heart in the midst, like tuning in.
Yeah, tune in.
So expectations. And I have a friend who lives far away from a lot of people, and she's going to be alone. And my mom, in her later years, nobody lived close and she was alone. And even in that, to invite Jesus into your heart in that. He understands, he wants to be with you.
Yes.
And then I would also encourage everyone to mark it, like make your table pretty anyway. Light a candle. We've had Thanksgivings where it's just the two of us and we had stew. Well, it was great. But just, we still just lit a candle, marked it.
Yes.
But anyway, I think that is a theme for our entire ministry always, is being kind to your heart and paying attention and inviting Jesus in.
Yes. Yeah. That's really good. And maybe let him speak into
There you go.
your expectations and go, hey, can we reframe things this year, guys? Because I'm thinking you with young adults, they're going to come home and that's lovely. And the first thing they're going to do is call their friends.
Right.
Right. And so here you thought, oh, we're all going to play, board games and, Mom and Dad, see ya.
Don't wait up.
Or
We'll
sleep for 2 days because they're
Yes.
college students and we won't even see them.
But I want to say, I remember those years, Kellye, and I remember just going to bed at night and they were all in their rooms. And there was something in my mom's heart that was like,
all is right with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's precious.
Do you guys think so much of how we view Thanksgiving or a holiday like that stems from like the story of your childhood
Mm-hmm.
and your childhood. And even as we leave those childhood homes and our parents may not even be alive anymore, but so much of what we carry into it is that if we don't break those agreements or, like look back and go, because like I know when I was a boy, hardly any time was spent at the kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
And I craved conversation and deeper topics, even as a young boy. And nobody else in my family really wanted that, knew how to do that, did that. And so on Thanksgiving Day, we'd have all stops were pulled out. Table was set beautifully. The china, the silverware, and a million things on the table and candles. And I would find myself as a boy going, it's going to be different. Like, because everything looks different and it's exquisite and it's a time to savor and sit and not be in a hurry. And the setting and the food and the atmosphere looked that way, but the people were the same, right? So there was no lingering and there was no deeper conversation. And I would always be more disappointed after a meal like at Thanksgiving, because I was like, it felt like it was going to happen. It was on the verge of happening and it didn't happen.
No.
And there wasn't an argument or there wasn't tension. It was just surface. And so I left that. I can remember like cleaning up the table after the meal and just going, it didn't happen like even now again.
Wow.
And so I have to, as an adult, realize it's not the trappings of how beautiful things look at the table for, really in the end, it's that, did you connect? And it can be simple, like you said, the person next to you, even in the chaos, the beautiful chaos. And you can't talk to people 6 seats down.
Right.
Whoever you're sitting by, if you can have a minute with them of presence and connection, like for me, that's the magic. But I know it stems from a lack of that in childhood that I always craved. And so now I seek it out when I can get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think there's something good about this too. So I want to try and give the good side of this. All of the advertising around the holidays it evokes a longing, doesn't it? It's the people coming home on the flight. It's the, lighting the tree outside, in the community square. It's all those pictures, right?
Yes.
I'm cracking up because I'm even remembering. I'm sorry to mention COVID, but even during COVID, all the touching ads about bringing grandma and grandpa dinner, and saying hi from the front porch. Well, all of it's this longing, and the advertising is going to arouse this, even if you try and avoid it. The music arouses it. The nostalgia arouses. The longings are good.
Oh, let's say that again.
The longings are good. We've got to be careful we don't despise the longings.
Yes.
And take revenge on our hearts by shutting them down, right? And to, again, try and surface the longings, bless the longing for connection, bless the longing for beauty over the holidays. I love the beauty of the holidays and the lights and all that. I bless the longing. It's not bad. It's just often misplaced.
Just go. You're on
Say
a roll.
more
This
about
is
that.
so good.
Say more.
Yeah.
Well, because I can't saddle people with my longing for the kingdom of God. It's not fair. And I'm aware I do that. I bring all these kingdom longings, wedding feast longings into the holidays. And then I'm saddling, what if our kids are in a hard place? What if it's a hard year for one family? What if you've got the stomach flu? Right. And to go, I'm not going to put that pressure on others. I'm going to recognize the longing is good. The longing is Eden. The longing is the wedding feast. And I bless that. Yes. I bless that. And I invite you into it, God. Whatever it may look like this year. And my experience in that is you're probably going to catch it in moments, not hours. You're probably going to get it in touches here and there, but not in completion.
Yes.
And probably not over a 2-week period.
Yes.
Right? So you
Yes.
kind of enjoy. I bless the longings. There it is. It might be the longing for home.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I think
Right?
you named it there.
Oh my gosh, the
Yeah.
longing for home.
Yeah.
And to go, this is good. My heart's good.
Mm.
I'm not going to saddle other people with my heart's deepest longings. That's not fair to do that to them.
Right. And when you say other people, I think also, I'm not going to saddle Thanksgiving 24-hour period day as
Christmas
well.
is 24 hours,
Right.
folks.
Because a day, you may not get much of anything
Yeah.
that day, but you may get it the next day. Or
Yeah.
like you said, at 30 minutes the
Yeah.
day before.
Yeah.
But the
And
pressure's off.
For that reason, pumpkin pie for breakfast
Oh,
the
it's
next
so
several
good.
days was actually one of my biggest joys. That was like one of my little transcendent moments. Because now the pressure's off.
Yeah.
We're lingering in a kitchen that still has a lot of chaos to it. Having pumpkin pie for breakfast, and there is connection. There is laughter. There is joy to it. And so
Yeah.
that would be one of my moments. Let's talk about relational booby traps. Because it's usually not, we had to get takeout this year. It's usually not, there was a year, it was just a couple of years ago that our kids announced, Mom, we don't like turkey. Like, can we just not have turkey for Thanksgiving? And because of her little
That was an earthquake.
Midwestern
What are
heart.
we talking about? What are you saying?
So we had something else, but I still made the turkey.
She did. Now we don't.
Right.
It's not about that, right?
Right.
Where the holidays go off the rails for people tends to be relational booby traps.
Absolutely.
Okay, so again, this is going to apply to friend groups, singles, people who are empty nesters, people who are widowed. The relational booby traps in our world tend to be where the disappointments really get in. So can we talk about that? Like, how do we name and avoid the relational booby traps? Because you said something absolutely brilliant. I want to make a t-shirt of it. The setting was different. The people were the same. It's like, oh, that's a good one, everybody. Put that on the fridge. Like, okay, because that's relational, right?
Right.
The people, this is what we're going to navigate over the holidays mostly is people. And so what are the booby traps? How do we name them? How do we not step on those landmines?
That's so good. Okay, I've been thinking about this lately. You know that verse that says it's basically as much as it is up to you, live at peace with all people. And then you think about the volatile atmosphere that we are living in. I know some families that aren't getting together because they voted for different people. And it created such a huge divide that they won't sit down at the table.
Yep.
So the thing about as much as it is up to you, this is something that we'll remind ourselves of beforehand. It's the way of love. So we won't bring up political discussions.
Nope.
That is not the time or the place. And we will ask questions for people. I mean, and there's different places of faith. So we're not going to ask, what's Jesus up to in your life right now? We're out of kindness.
Yep. Don't force God into the party. Yeah. If it happens naturally, great. But
But I think what is going to frame it for me beforehand, and that would be our prayer. My prayer is how do I love? How do I love in this? And one of the ways is going to be for me taking little breaks from the group.
Say more about that.
Well, I get really overwhelmed. I love our family. I love us getting together, but you mentioned the happy chaos. And I remember one year, the kids, the littles, we had a dessert table. And so I was only there and I'm swarmed, there's babies, but probably about 5 of them asking for different things, at the same time. And I just, So I called for the parents' help, but I didn't do it well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was
Mm.
John later said, honey, just take little breaks, and I just you can slip out. No one's going to miss you. Just go into another room. Maybe it's even the restroom and just and invite Jesus in, ask for his help, and then enter back in with the grace. And I do need to ask for help, but that particular time it wasn't, can you come help parent?
Okay.
Is that
good.
enough?
Overwhelmed. What
That's
else?
Yeah.
Relational booby traps. How do we name them? How do we avoid them?
We have a close family relationally. I can't see any booby traps that would explode, at this point. But that there are subjects that we won't bring up that we used to bring up all the time. And we used to be able to say anything and hash it out and all go have ice cream, and that's great. And it's not that way anymore. What comes to my mind is the partial.
Yes.
Enjoy the partial. Right? Enjoy what you can talk about, what you can connect over.
Yeah.
It's the pressure of not having to be all together all the time doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
so that's been helpful. And even when our kids were teenagers, they would get in the car and go to Sonic. I mean, they would go.
Yes.
They would go out. And that was a little bit hard for us to have the picture in our mind because that's not in the picture. But it was helpful.
Sonic. Everybody's Thanksgiving.
Right.
Chili cheese dogs.
They can't even sell that.
Are they not
Right.
hungry or after?
No, after.
Okay.
After, kind of after when everybody's needs to do something else.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Needs another scenery, or
Okay.
I think Sonic's the only thing open too.
Okay.
Or Chinese restaurants. I don't know.
Yes.
But that's been really helpful. Alan, you can speak to this, but the people that we have in our family that tend to be introverted, given the grace, and this was not in the early years, but given the grace to go be by yourself, go read a book. I mean, not only for 10 minutes, but go take a nap outside, go find the hammocks, go.
Okay. Snyder would take a headlamp and a book to family holidays. He would literally go hide in a closet
Okay.
with a headlamp and read.
That sounds so cool to me. I love that.
There you go. Pro tip.
That's the idea.
Well,
Yeah.
And to that point, like, it's been fun on holidays. I'll find out of 20, 25 people, the one or two that maybe are more quiet, or maybe that I just haven't been able to talk to. And when somebody goes, oh, we're out of, chips or whatever, to go, hey, Fred and I'll go do that. And we'll have that 10-minute drive to wherever, there and back. And so I get that slice of time with somebody. But also, you were mentioning Morgan, and he quotes Dallas Willard a lot, right?
Yeah.
And we're Dallas Willard fans. But Dallas Willard has this great comment where when he was teaching a class and people were coming up with challenges to what he was saying as the professor, sometimes he would just let it go. And somebody came up and said, well, you could have just,
Filleted
eaten that guy for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why did you do that? And he said, well, I was practicing the art of letting another have the last word. And I think, especially during the holidays, like, to be able to go, whatever's going on, you're probably never going to change that person during Thanksgiving or Christmas or that holiday gathering. So it's okay to just let somebody else have the last word in whatever the topic, if it kind of veers into something that's a little bit edgy or confrontational, and just be okay with that. Let them have the last word.
Okay.
That's
We're all
really good.
growing up here.
Yes.
Or what I want to add, Alan, the typical thing is, or talk at you, not with you, talk at you, and never once ask you a question,
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, most people live pretty out of touch.
Yes.
They just do. Most people live very out of touch with their inner world and their heart. So you're sitting there ready to connect and just waiting for someone to ask you a meaningful question, and no one might. No one might. And we need to be okay with that. That can't tank our connection time.
It takes so many of my times. I can't tell you how many times Kellye and I'd be driving back from something on my side or her side of the family. And on the drive, I'd be saying, nobody asked one time anything about, my job, or I was focused on, I wanted that.
Yeah,
like, I want to ask, but I want to be asked.
We want to be asked.
And now I feel like we don't have that conversation much anymore because the expectation issue, like we've just let that go. Like,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's okay. So everybody, as you're heading into friend groups and get-togethers, you just remind yourself the setting looks different. The people are the same.
Mm-hmm.
And be aware of what your parents are going to do, what your neighbor's going to do. Is Uncle Ted going to drink too much again this year? And to be prepared for that, because it's not like the holidays change people. Holidays are like weddings. Have you noticed that weddings bring out everybody's weird? I hate that. It makes me so frustrated because I love weddings. I love weddings. I'm just a sucker for weddings. But it brings out everybody's weird. Like if you're a slightly controlling mom, you're a really controlling mom. And if you're a slightly introverted dad, you're gone and silent. Like it's just, okay, the holidays are going to do the same thing. Let's be prepared for that.
I think that's really important. And tying those two things together, the being prepared, I want to ask good questions.
Oh, please.
Like to be curious. I'm growing in that, just even noticing that I need to grow in that. But I want to be prepared with asking good questions.
In fact, you were suggesting coming with 4 or 5 table questions.
Yes.
That aren't booby trapped, that aren't minefields. Hey, what was a favorite memory from this year?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
right.
Yeah. Have you picked up a new book you're enjoying? What were some of the others that you had?
If you were going to rob a bank, who would you do it with of the family?
Ooh, good one.
And why?
And why?
Yeah.
And then just having one person answer it or everyone answer it. Or we were together with some family and I thought, this is one we should ask when we're together. But you asked, what have you learned about yourself this year?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And that's a hard one, but it's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're a dinner disaster. Just I really like the rob a bank one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good.
Yeah.
And why?
And why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come with some questions. Be prepared for it not necessarily to be super meaningful. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared for people not to ask you how you're doing or really want to know about your life. That's okay. It needs to be okay. It needs to be okay. Or
it needs to be okay because I have to be grounded in Christ. So as full as that day is going to be, I'm going to make sure that my time with him is protected in the morning.
Yeah.
Just, your daily rhythms can't go out the wayside. They can't fly out the window even though.
Okay. All right. This is something I was going to ask each of you to do. Counsel yourself live right now. Counsel yourself going into the holidays. You just go, Alan, as you're talking to yourself, buddy, counsel yourself. Because what you just gave
That's my counsel.
Do not abandon your spiritual rhythms.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your daily practices that keep you grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Don't abandon
Don't let them go.
Yeah. We tend to. And then we wonder 3 days into the holidays why we're sideways. And it's because we've abandoned the very things that keep us well and grounded. That's good. Counsel yourself.
Okay, mine was good. See if yours can be good too, Alan.
Well, first of all, if I'm going to rob a bank, I'm taking you with me.
Okay,
Stacey.
I'll drive the car.
Let's do it together. Okay. My counsel would be, I have to get up early enough to do a morning walk and then make time for an evening walk wherever I'm at. It doesn't have to be beautiful, scenic. It can just be around a neighborhood or find a local park or something. But I've realized that's different than even walking with people.
Oh, yeah.
Like walking with my dogs or myself, I can let my thoughts go to, okay, God, how do you interpret this day or what I need? When I'm in conversation, that doesn't do the same thing for me with another person. So that is super important. I think on the holidays too, I'll just name it's usually a time when there's a lot of beer or wine or alcohol out. And depending on the group of people, there may be a lot of drinking. And I just go into it with kind of a mindset of, I am only going to have a drink if it's for joy, not to numb or self-soothe, or even just because everybody else has a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
I am fine not drinking at all the whole time. And that's not a big temptation for me, but in those settings, it's kind of the gravitational pull of whatever the group is doing. So I have to think about that ahead of time and go, actually, no, unless I want to,
That's
but
really
not.
good.
So those kind of things really ground me. And then just to be able to ask God in the middle of any situation, kind of doesn't have to be a big monologue internally, but just the groaning, with the Holy Spirit of, I feel alone, or I feel unseen, or I feel empty or overwhelmed. And so it may be a table of 12 people or whatever, but just to be able internally to go, God, will you catch my heart in this?
Beautiful.
Because I don't need to come through. I don't need to hide, but I do want to be fully present with you. And so it's that groaning kind of just that only that's going on.
Yep.
But that to me, if I can do those things,
That's good.
I can weather any kind of, gathering
That's good.
out of the norm.
I'm really glad you named the alcohol piece, because I don't drink very much anymore, like hardly at all. And for me, it's actually mostly a spiritual discipline. It's a kind of a fast for me that I can tell my body and my soul and spirit really respond well to. Like I do better. But I'm aware of the tension now, and I will be the one that will buy some really nice non-alcoholic wine and non-alcoholic beer so that those in the room for whom that is an issue, there's joy. Yeah. They've got a glass too. There isn't pressure. And I'll be the one to kind of watch that and host that as a way of creating space for what could be a real disaster waiting to happen. So yeah, thanks for that. It's a little footnote. Yeah. Counsel yourself. Kellye, going into the holidays this year, I want you to remember.
One thing that has meant a lot to us in the past, only about 4 or 5 years, there's a book called Every Moment Holy.
Oh, yeah.
You know that book?
Sure.
It's amazing. And we read from it. We pass it around the table and we read. And it's a liturgy. And it's about Thanksgiving, giving thanks. So whatever happens among the people in the conversations, I love that book because even for a few minutes, it unifies everyone in the thanks of today.
Yep.
And I can, just by the way my heart is wired in that way, I can go the whole day. If I meet with him in the morning and give thanks and make that day a day of thanks for me in here, I can sustain that during the day.
That's so good. I'm going to counsel myself right now. Don't check out. Don't check out, John. Don't check out. Stay present. Stay engaged. Pursue people. Text people that morning that are not here, that are out of town. And if you're alone, make a plan right now with some of your friends. Hey, could we talk sometime during the day? I know you're going to be with folks, but 2 p.m., would that work for you? 11 a.m., maybe first thing in the morning, Don't check out, John. And then the other thing that I've found joy in recently, I'm going to counsel myself, pursue the person in the room that's being missed.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Including the child that's being missed.
Really good.
Right? Yeah. Because some of the more introverted children can kind of pull off into and it's easy to just blow past them to where the laughter's happening and something raucous is going on over there in the kitchen. You're like, I want to be a part of that. I'm going to go, you know what? I want to pursue the person that's being missed. I'm going to give one more pro tip very briefly that you guys are going to go, yes, oh, absolutely. Love and joy are opposed. You must pray. You must pray. Please, if it is not your practice right now to pray into the holidays, Lord, come into this gathering, come into my quiet evening alone this evening, come into Thanksgiving, come into Christmas, come into Advent, all the different things, come into this gathering and this dinner, and we're having with friends. Please pray over it. The enemy hates joy. He hates love. He hates happiness. And the difference between those two experiences, when we wouldn't and when we do, it's almost, it's like night and day.
Yeah, it is.
Like, Lord, we consecrate this to you. We bring this under the jurisdiction of the Lord Jesus. Holy Spirit, fill every heart with love. Fill this with joy. Like, consecrate it. Pray into it. Lord, help us avoid the mines. Help us with Uncle Ted. Help me with my mother. Oh God, help me with my mom this year. Help me just hold my tongue. And you might even need to start right now. You know what? I just forgive her right now. I'm just going to forgive her ahead of time.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, pray into it and you'll be delighted at the results of that.
That's perfect.
Kellye, what a delight to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
It's been so fun.
Yeah. And Alan, as always, great to have you here.
Thank you.
Have a very blessed week wherever you are, whoever you're with. God is with you.
Yes.
Amen.
Hey friends, this is Alan. Thanks for being part of this week's podcast. And before you rush off into what's next, we invite you to spend some time reflecting with God on what you've heard and on where He's leading.